All right, hello everyone. It's my birthday. I just beat Yatagarasu yesterday, and it was really fun. I honestly loved the level. I did get some bugs, but I don't. That didn't ruin the level for me. I still think it's one of my favorite levels that I've beaten, and I just want to rank all the parts by difficulty because I personally think this level is very overrated. I do not think it's even close to as difficult as people say it is. For like, I don't. How is this harder than Black Blizzard? Like, I don't get that. But that's beside the point. I'm gonna just go in order from when they appear in the level, and I'll just give my honest opinions on the difficulty, how much I struggled at it, learning the part, and also doing it from zero, and just like the consistency of it. I do want to talk about first. You can see that there's the easy but inconsistent and difficult but consistent. Some people would probably think, oh, well, the easy part should be below the difficult part. But for me, a part being like, no, it doesn't have very hard difficulty. Like the gameplay itself isn't hard, but I just really struggled at getting it consistent enough to do it from zero. I think that makes me struggle more than a really hard part on paper, like straight flying stuff like that I get very consistent at. So this is gonna be a very biased list, of course, but yeah, let's just get into it. So Viprin first, 0 to 4. I mean, I feel like everyone can agree that it's either easy or free. This is one of the easiest parts of the level. I I don't know if I should put it into free because okay, I'll put it into free. Even though I have died to it, of course. That's just because it's the beginning of the level. If this part was at the end of the level, I assure you, I would never ever die here because it's so simple. It's so easy. The ship gets so consistent. The cube is, it's not any hard timings really at all. So yeah, that puts it in the free category for me. Next is Anubis's part. And I am going, I don't know. This one's difficult for me. I think I might put it in easy but inconsistent because like on paper it's like the easiest part. There's no real hard timings, but man, it kills like 50% of all of your runs, or at least for me. Most of my deaths are at just this first part because of the micro click, the blue orb micro click, which is just like fuck that, and just the stupid ball part. The whole thing is just it's almost like cheese, you know? It's like anytime you die to it, it's like, oh, that was fucking stupid, you know? So I don't even think it's very difficult. Like I said, easy but inconsistent, but I did struggle on it. It was I think I could have beaten this level easier if this part didn't, like, much faster if this part didn't exist. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna put in easy but inconsistent. Jazer, I mean, whew, definitely up here for me. I never really got that consistent to it. I would say most of my runs, I think, like 70% died to Anubis and Jazer. Like, am I like, just because they're very close to the beginning and they're just, I don't, it might be a choke point. I don't even know if there's very many choke points in this level. It's very balanced, honestly. Like, there's no like big choke points, I don't think. So I'm gonna keep it very difficult right now. Just it's really hard to see through this part. It's just really awkward, and I just honestly I just really don't like this part very much. I'm not very good at wave. So, and I'm a ship carried player, if you can't tell. Like, that's why I think this level's overrated, but this is one of the harder parts for me. So, yeah, I'm putting it very difficult. Next is Woogie. Oh my god, the beginning, dude. The beginning of this level is brutal, is ruthless to me. Because this part, ooh, not only is the UFO, the double click you have to do, and like the hitting the jump orb is awkward, and there's the ramp, and sometimes that just doesn't. It literally just you don't hit the orb even though you click. It's very weird and inconsistent. So I'm probably gonna put it in easy but inconsistent because it's not like I don't know. It's not. It really isn't hard, especially the ship afterwards in the wave. The wave though. Ooh, that part's hard because it's just very tight and awkward. It's just all of these parts are just like the difficulty doesn't come from actual like tight gameplay. It comes from like just strangely made parts with very strange click patterns and clicks, and it's like it's really difficult to get consistent at. The beginning for me was one of the hardest parts to get consistent at least. Next is Findexi. Oh, I don't know. His part, like both the ball parts, the first ball part is like is free. I would put that in free. But then the second ball part in the ship isn't. I mean, it's not that bad. But I did die to it a couple times, and it's frustrating. And yeah, the ball is wait, this isn't the ball. No, this is just okay. No. This is just the two ball part. I understand. I understand. So yeah, I would put this in easy. I think like it's not. You'll still die to it sometimes, you know, but like it gets super consistent and it's not really. I mean, it's not really strong. It's like the easiest part of like the pre-drop, other than the beginning, in my opinion. And then Wreckage. Now this is like, ooh, up here maybe. Wreckage is this fucking ball, dude. Who made this ball? Well, they told me Wreckage, but why? Why did he make this ball, bro? Why? Why is it so weird? It's so easy to just not make the ball the weirdest thing on the planet, you know? But they did. And it's really annoying, honestly. And the cube afterwards too. There's a micro click again for some reason right before the drop. Really, really annoying. I think, oh, but it does get consistent. I will say that, especially towards the end when I was beating the level. I almost never died here. So I'm putting it in difficult but consistent. It's just annoying. Like I just don't like this part. But we're ranking on difficulty here. So difficulty wise, I don't know. Yeah, I'd put it in difficult but consistent. Next is Weo Weo Tio. Now this is an easy but inconsistent for me. Like this is, I think it's the top. This is the definition of easy but inconsistent. Like this part, it's like it's so easy. It's like 3 clicks, two wave clicks, and then the stupid ass ball, and it really should be easy, you know. But for some reason, because it's the beginning of the drop, and because you just passed all of the super fucking weird hard parts in the first half, it's really hard to adjust, and all of the clicks are so spaced out, especially like in the wave and the ball. It's like da 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 da, and it's like it's a very strange click pattern, and I died. I mean, so many times to the beginning of the drop. And I think honestly, I think it was one of my biggest choke points, but I don't think that makes it difficult. You know what I mean? I still think it's an easy part. I just think I like suck at the nerve control. But yeah, after this part though, Anthrax. Uh, Easier free for me. Like this part is like it's hard to die here. You would really I have died there, so I don't think I'll put it in free, but like once you get past this stupid ass ball, it's like okay, I'm making it really far into the level. Like that's for me anyway. Like that's the big thing. So I'm putting in easy. And still below Findex. Findexy is just so. It might be in free, honestly. It is so easy. But no, I'll just keep it there for right now. Next is Abstract Arc. I mean, people might disagree with me on this one, but I think this one's so free. I don't did I even die at this part a single time from zero? This stupid cube robot into like no, I don't think I did. I really don't think I did. It's so consistent. It's so easy. It syncs so well. It just works almost every like you would really have to try to die to this part in my opinion. Like it is one of the freest parts in the whole level for me. Next is Giron. Oh, it's also an easy for me. Just because I don't know. It's just like the only bad part about it is the ship transition. You know, from the robot into the ship, and it like it gets you when you first play it. You know, it sometimes kills you, but it's not. I mean, it gets so consistent. And then the rest of it is almost all completely buffers. Like the rest, the whole ball is all buffer clicks. It is almost completely free. Like I would put this in free, I think, if it weren't just for that ship transition that's at the very beginning of this part. But yeah, easy for me. Cosine, ooh. I have a lot to say about about this part, bro. The stupid ass ship, dude. Who? Oh man, I get pissed off, dude. For when I was really starting out on this level, this was one of the biggest choke points for me. Just that ship where you have to quickly go up and then fall. Well, you can like skip the jump orbs. That's what I did. Cause it's like I don't fuck with jump orbs and ship parts, so I just skipped it. And it's so awkward to fall down into that straight fly and then it turns you big too right in the middle. It's really awkward. It's really inconsistent and it's hard too. It's like it's not easy. Like even on the face, just looking at the part, it is very hard. You can tell why people would struggle at it, you know. And wait, this includes the ball too, right? The ball is also whew, it gets consistent, but oh my god, those timings are hard. And the cube too. Ooh, this part deserves to be up here. I died to this part many times. Next is this part. What is this part? No, this is the cube. Okay. I'm a bit confused. So this up here, this is just the ship. Okay, this is just the ship. Hello here, Future Jack, just to come in and tell you that I accidentally got this part wrong. I didn't know which part this was, and I thought this one included the ball when it really was just the cube, and Cosine's part is the one with the ball. So I made that mistake. It doesn't really change much. I would still put in very difficult. Like both I think would stay in their respective tiers. So I don't think it makes that much big of a difference. But just wanted to point it out. This then, I honestly, no, you're still up here. The cube and the ball. I honestly I do kind of like that these parts are separated because the ball was very difficult when I started, but it gets very difficult. It is consistent. It's almost impossible to die from zero once you really learn the part because it's a click. It's got such a good click pattern. It's like da 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 da. It's like it's so simple. It just works. It works almost every time. The cube, it doesn't always work, but it's I didn't die to it very much. I mean, like I'm very good at cubes, so it didn't really matter very much to me. Next, ooh, this is a big one for me. Vermilion. Whoo! Ah, man, this might be my least favorite part of the level, up there with Jazer and like Woogie, bro. Like this part sucks, dude. I hate the jump orbs. I hate the stupid ass blind ball. Who thought that was a good idea? I have no clue. They were not they were not cooking on this part, in my opinion. It looks cool, I guess, but I don't know where to put it though. I mean, like the chip transition where you need to hit the orb and go into this portal while there's saws at the top. I mean, it's in one of these definitely. I died to it so many times, and it ruined my mental too. Like I got so frustrated because it's so close to to Michi, and I just really wanted to get to Michi because like that's the real turning point of the let's just get out of the way. Michi's biggest choke points, obviously. It gets consistent, but like it's hard. It's the hardest part of the level. Like I feel like everyone can agree that it's like you're gonna die at this part many, many, many times. It's just gonna happen, and you that's why you have to get so consistent at the first half, just so you can get to this part over and over and over again. And that's how I viewed it anyway. So these two parts are the hardest parts of the level for me. Most of my goal was getting to 44, and if I got past Michi, then I was like, I'm very close to beating the level. To me, anyway. Like these are like the parts I struggled on definitely the most for me. Zelda. I mean, I think I died here a single time. No, twice. Once to the robot and once to the wave. But I mean, does anyone argue with this? Like, it's obviously easy. It's easier than Giron. Giron's at the top of easy. Just because of the ship. Like, the ship is, like, all of these are free, but, like... But yeah, Zelda... It's just such a nothing part to me, you know? It's like filler, almost. So, just right before the drop. Very tilting to die to, but yeah, I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, then Michi, I already talked about that one. Lunis? This is one of my favorite parts of the level because it comes right after the two hardest parts of the level for me, and almost all of it is just about building nerves. It's free. Like I feel like no one can deny that it's free. It is so easy. It's so consistent. But since it's right before Michi, the nerves you have, it's what makes the level so exciting to me is parts like this where it's kind of just panning for time and you just have to your nerves build and build. But yeah, the part itself, very easy. Heinz. Okay, this is my actual favorite part of the level. Heinz, the goat gameplay creator, of course. The swing copter is so fucking fun. The ship is so fun. Oh my god, I love this part so much. Difficulty wise, though, because I loved it so much, because I practiced it so much, and because it's the two game modes I'm already really good at, swing copter and ship, I really didn't struggle with it. I think I'm going to put in difficult but consistent because I feel like other people can definitely struggle with it, especially the ship. It is very tight and it's hard to fly upwards towards the end and correct yourself. But I got so consistent. I think I died here barely at all. Oh, I forgot the ball. Okay. This is making me think. The ball at the very end, the ball into the UFO, that click pattern is still one of my favorite levels, but that's hard. I still think it's in difficult but consistent though. Like this is not a part that you should be struggling on when you're like trying to beat it, in my opinion. Like this is a very simple part. Straightforward. Evasium. Once again, I think it is right next to there with Lunith, but when it comes to like panning time, this part is obviously about building nerves, panning even more time, just trying to get you psyched up for the very end of the level. And it works. Like my heart is beating. You can't see either, especially when you have red and black icons like I do. It is very, very nerve-wracking to do this part from zero, but it is easy. Like I feel like it's like all of the easy and free parts are like they're not even like insane demon difficulty. I think they're like hard medium demon. Like they are so easy. Like that's why I struggle to understand why this level is regarded to be so hard, because like so many of I would say almost half of the parts are just so free. Like they're so simple and easy. And I guess there is a lot of content in the level in general. The hard parts are hard. But yeah, I mean, it's just an easy part on the face of it. I'll order all of these at the end. How about that? Lugia next. Ooh, Lugia. Okay. Oh, what do I think about Lugia? I'm trying to think. It's a very weird part. I feel like everyone can agree with that. The wave is strange, and I feel like it's probably going to go under difficult but consistent, because it's like, especially the wave, like I suck at wave and I didn't know how to do it. There's a bunch of different ways you can do the wave, especially the transition to the ball. Like you can spam, you can do double clicks, or you can just time it. At first I just tried to time it. That's the worst idea. Please do not like actually time the hard clicks. Do like little tiny double clicks where the really hard parts are. It makes it so much easier and more consistent for me. But before that, I honestly, if you asked me this like 3 days ago, I would put in very, very difficult, biggest choke points. But I mean, towards the end, I was really never dying here. I died once to the wave, once to the stupid ball transition. I think once to the ship right after too, but that's it. I didn't really die to this part very much. Next is Bugfest. Please don't get a bug, please. Yes. So I don't really know how to rank this one because if it was 2.1 when I beat this level, it would honestly it would be in free or easy, like very clearly. But, and it's a big but here, there's like 5 separate bugs that can happen at the ball. And also the wave transition, like the ship into the wave. That part is very difficult, especially when the hitboxes just are not correct at all for that part. So it looks like you're clear to make it, but you still die sometimes, and it's very strange. It's very weird. This part is very inconsistent and buggy, so it makes me want to put in easy but inconsistent. Okay, I think I will put in easy but inconsistent. It's not inconsistent for the right reasons. Like, this is not a great part of the level in my opinion. Next. Funny game. Ooh, funny game. Ooh, funny game. Did I ever die here from zero? I'm trying to think. I don't think I did. No. No, wait. I don't, no, I actually don't think I did. Which, leads me to believe that it's easier free, but I think it's difficult but consistent. Like, it's, especially if you're not great at ship, I could definitely see how this would be a really big choke point, especially right at the very end. The ball part is extremely annoying, especially because you can't really see when you're in the clear. You just have to trust the click pattern. And sometimes like you'll just click and instantly die because you're inside a spike, and it's just very unforgiving. It's annoying. I don't really get why he put it in this level, to be honest, but it gets consistent. It's really not that bad. This part really is not that bad. And then Riot. Oh boy. Yes! Yes! Oh! Let's go! I died at 94%, so this might be a little biased, but I'm gonna put it in very difficult. Like, this part was the jump, just like the singular jump where there's the 3 times speed and you have to do like a quintuple spike jump, such a precise jump, and then afterwards you have to do the orb click that you have to hold, and sometimes that doesn't work. It's such a messy part. It's such a messy part to put at the very, very, like, as the last possible part, especially afterwards. There's the micro click with the blue orb, the holding the triple spikes, and the spam. It's just like, it's such a cacophony of just like strange ass gameplay back to back to back to back, and it's at the very end of the level, and it's very stressful. It's very nerve-wracking. Like, I think it's definitely very difficult, almost solely because of the nerves. Like, if this part was in the beginning, I would be much more lenient on it, but it's at the, I mean, this is real. I mean, if you look at all of these parts, this is the worst part to put at the end, in my opinion. I would rather do Michigan or Vermilion or Jazer, Audit. Like, any of these parts would be better to me to put at the end than Riot. Riot is a devious for putting this at the end. And this is it. I mean, I guess, and I guess this kind of shows you why I don't think this level is hard, because if you see, most of the parts are pretty doable and pretty consistent and pretty easy. Like, more than half is like consistent, easy, or free for me. But there are the hard parts, I guess, so that would definitely scale it down for some people, but man, even like the biggest choke points for me, like Michigan and Vermilion and Jazer, honestly, I'm gonna move Jazer up. I'm sorry. Like this part is so hard. I think I'm gonna also move which one? No, actually. I'm gonna move Wreckage up. It does get consistent, but it's so hard. This level, I'm kind of giving it some slack, but yeah, it doesn't really have any like peaks, you know? Sonic Wave, like the first wave, is so much more difficult than any of these parts. Like even like it's so much harder. It is like so much harder. So even if this level is longer, you know, it's more of an endurance test, the actual gameplay for me doesn't really get that much harder than Bloodbath. It's like slightly above Bloodbath and like Vermilion, Michigan, like even Michigan, like I think Michigan's part in this is about as hard as it is in Bloodbath. That like the UFO in Bloodbath is brutal, dude. It's so brutal. More brutal than almost as brutal. I don't know, man. This part this level confuses me. Its difficulty confuses me very much because it's very, very similar to Bloodbath in so many ways, in my opinion. Yet it is almost 300 spots above, 350, 400. And I just think that's crazy to me because Bloodbath was my hardest before this, and this was, in my opinion, I think this was the easiest jump I've ever done in my entire Geometry Dash career. I mean, it's so smooth. I would recommend anyone that has beaten Bloodbath to beat this level next because it works so well. It flows so well. It's so similar to Bloodbath. The difficulty is similar. It's just Bloodbath, but like a minute longer, and it's a bit more hard on average. But like the peaks of the hardest parts themselves are not hard. This is one of the most approachable like Supreme Demons, you know, the custom difficulty on Geode. I think this is like the easiest one to do easily. Like I easily for me. Like this level is so overrated in my opinion. Like it is not that hard. I feel like most of the difficulty just comes from people being scared of it. When it's not scary. It's fun. It's doable. It's learning. It's very learning. But it's not that hard. It's not as hard as Sonic Wave. And these two are like identical. They're right next to each other on the all rated Extreme Demon list. And it just blows my mind, especially since I'm a ship carried player and not Wave. I cannot do. It took me 20,000 attempts just to do the first wave of Sonic Wave. Just to compare that. It took me 30,000 attempts to beat this level, but 20,000 just to do the first wave of Sonic Wave. Like that's how much easier this level is to me, in my opinion. Like it is so doable. It is so approachable. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say on this level. I think I've explained most of my reasoning for this, explained my thoughts on this level, how much fun I had, how difficult the parts are. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.